Hi, my name is Ximena, and this video is for my CAPSTONE project to my professor, Dr. Raúl Mora. Parents and educators know that educating today appears to us as a drama and a challenge. In the 21st century, we speak about postmodernity, a time with many likes, but also with many shadows that have a repercussions in the world of education. From my point of view, to think and analyze what methods, practice, materials, and control rules of a classroom management, among others, that a teacher of the 21st century should and must handle is a rather primordial work and be a person with values. There is an enormous difficulty to transmit values, and if we see it from objective point of view, our example of values will come from the state. But what is that? It's a thing what makes our land. But this is so big that sometimes I'm afraid to speak and even avoid thinking about it. The truth is, I don't know if it's because of having parents studied historical siblings, or maybe I have the opportunity to know, read, see, listen, and like other things that has made me so indifferent to my country, because I'm just afraid to end up like many others in this beautiful but corrupt country, like good Colombians, like the unmentioned neighbor. Sometimes I imagine the day of my graduation to run away with my passport to another land. But when I am in my imaginary, I always thinking, what will become my country in a few years? Will it continue the same, like deforesting our biodiversity and violating a percentage of vulnerable citizens for the pleasure or economic convenience of those who are the owners of our country? But I advance the pages of what I have spoken and notice that is nothing new. Well, maybe this time I can do something good and new. At least give my critical opinion, give the sermon, and finally apply daily to myself. And it's about respecting, tolerating, and caring for my environment. As a future teacher, I will learn to respect the others, to be able to work in group, and to admire the achievement of others, to strengthen coexistence for my community, and thus set an example for a better society as a teacher to carry out and teach tolerance, taking into account that dialogue can to solve conflict in the classroom, in the work, in the environment, in the family, and the social environment. And finally, to take from who I am, my loved ones, my environment, my city, my country. If we were able to be aware that we are passing characters like many others who will come and go like us, what a better gift than to give an example of a good living. Or being able to walk calmly in the streets, study happy, work grateful, and get home satisfied. But to get to this point, to have all the wishes that we all want, from my experience, or maybe to the point that our third world country wants to arrive, we must be serious and be aware that if we continue to conform with the people that we choose to govern our country, that people who's living aside the health, the education, the social welfare, among other important things that affect in any way to every citizen, it will be very difficult to achieve such a perfect imaginary, like basic needs that reach every person, at least out of respect for the human rights. In conclusion, I recognize in this project the needs of a student to have a critical thinking and social impact. I take the individual daring to contribute with my social point of view. So, as a future educator, I hope a country where my students must be healthy, respect, learn, help, and coexist with each other. For a nation flourish of a list where we can live well and not like the story of the writer Carlos Mario Cano, Don Simeón Torrente ha dejado de deber, the most accurate example of our country. Sometimes I do not know if it's a call for my current teachers, for my future colleagues, parents, students, or just for myself, because I'm so exhausted to see this type of situation go from bad to worse in my society. So looking at myself, a little bit of everything, I realized that not even at the time I was a student of the law or a social work, I reflect on so many topics that I wish spoke in this moment. I think and analyze today that I'm starting my actual career, a future teacher. Somehow you have to make a change, no longer indifferent to your country, thinking about me and in the same balance that I must see the others. So, being from the classroom as a student or as a future teacher, I will start or play started, leaving a good example for a better future. Peace.